G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to DCS World with Mags, and welcome back aboard the Mirage 2000. It's been a while since I've had this one on the channel, and today we have a little bit of an intercept mission. But before we get into the mission, today we're flying out as the United Arab Emirates Air Force. This was actually a fairly awkward mission to set up, as while the Emirates is available as a faction in DCS, trying to find liveries for all of the aircraft that they fly, and they do fly a couple that are available in DCS, is actually quite difficult. Now we're flying out of Al Dahafra Air Force Base, which is about 32 kilometers south of Abu Dhabi, and is home to the UAE's, well, the majority of the UAE's fighter squadrons. Now this includes 1st, 2nd and 3rd squadrons, which all fly F-16s, and 71, 76 and 86 squadrons, which all fly Mirage 2000s. Now I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure whether or not the livery of this particular Mirage 2000 is accurate for 71st Squadron. There was only one available, and it was only available under the French tab for the Mirage 2000, but from what I've seen of the photographs, it appears to be pretty close, maybe missing some of the fine details. This is actually one of the problems I've had setting this up. There is very little in the way of skins for the appropriate aircraft that have the right markings. So we've just received our radar warning at this point. Now this mission, there is a high value asset that is currently in a meeting in Dubai. The exact nature of this asset is unknown, but it is one that is likely going to be very interesting for the Iranians. A radar installation on Siri Island in the middle of the Gulf, just south of Iran, has detected two fast moving targets heading south out of Iran and across the Gulf in the direction of Dubai. The exact nature of these targets is unknown. We've been ordered to intercept the targets, but we are not to shoot them down, at least not yet. We're the lead aircraft in a 3-ship flight of Mirage 2000s, and we have a standard combat air patrol loadout. So we have one centerline external fuel tank, two Mantra R530 medium range semi-active radar guided missiles, and two R550 Magix short range infrared guided missiles. Now the mission itself is designed to be a true intercept mission. Unfortunately, some of the triggers that I set here just refuse to function for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. In total, there was supposed to be 3 radio callouts during the course of this mission. The first radio callout was the one we saw, as the targets entered the radar range of Siri Island. The second callout is supposed to be when the target is leaving the radar range of Siri Island, and this gives you the target's altitude, its heading, and its airspeed. This trigger unfortunately didn't function, but the targets are heading straight for central Dubai, and they're transonic. If you do not ride the afterburners the whole way to the intercept point, they will make it to the asset before you make it to them. The asset's in a high-rise just north of the Burj Khalifa. There is also a US Marine Corps F-18 patrol up in the area, but they will not make it to the targets in time either. So everything in this mission is on the clock. If you're too slow in taking off, you're too slow getting to the target, the hostiles will destroy the asset and the mission will fail. Now at this point, the radar is active and I am scanning at 320. I'm not getting any contacts yet, so the targets likely haven't passed within range at this point, or I'm slightly off on my heading. And that's the second trick with this particular mission. Because this is a scramble to intercept and not a prepared and pre-planned operation, there is no AWACS or any other airborne assets available to you. There's only the US Marine Corps patrol operating over the Strait of Hormuz off the Stennis, and the information you receive from the ground-based radar installations as you're approaching the intercept point. Everything else you have to do on your own, so time is a factor. You don't have perfect information at all times, and you still have to find the target with a very, very, very small window to eliminate the target before the target reaches its objective, and you fail. Now I'm just starting to begin my turn off at this point. I'm almost at the palm trees near southern Dubai. So I'm pointing the nose out towards the ocean to see whether or not we can actually detect these targets. Again, I don't know exactly what range they'd be at this point. So keeping it at 320, although that does open a slight chance of missing the targets as the radar sweep is so wide at this range. But from this position, the radar should almost be reaching out to Siri Island, so the targets have to be somewhere between Siri Island and me at this point, so they've got to be crossing the radar cone at some point. And there we are, contacts have just popped up, they're closer than expected. Just off the left-hand side of the cone, trying to get a lock. And at this point I've actually forgotten that I will be unable to get a lock on the radar unless I've got it set to at least 80 nautical miles, which I'm now set to. Target's at about 40 nautical miles. Interrogating. Locking target. We've got him. So we have the targets locked at about 40 nautical miles, but the target area that the target is heading to, central Dubai, is only around 20 to 30 nautical miles from the target, so the window is still pretty tight here. And we lost target. And then pop back up again. And that will be my external tanks empty. Now, it's at around about here that we should have received a third radio message via trigger. Again, this one didn't pop up. This was supposed to be the kill order for the aircraft and identifying them, and they're about 20 to 30 nautical miles away from central Dubai. Again, absolutely no idea why the trigger didn't function in this case, but the message it was supposed to receive is a kill order on the targets. It's a pair of Iranian Su-24Ms, and they are heading directly towards the asset's location. So, bringing the Mirage around, we're going to try and go for a shot with the 530s. Still not quite in range at this point. Picking up a little bit of altitude here, trying to extend the range of the missiles out just a touch. Unfortunately, it all went wrong as I brought the nose back around. We lost radar lock. And the aircraft are not popping up on radar again. We've lost them completely. Now, I went to originally start playing around with the radar here, but we're close enough to target that we can flick over to IR missiles, so switch to the Magics. Now, we're not actually in range, at least not at the speed that these planes are moving at. We've got to get pretty close with these missiles, otherwise we'll run short. Now, I thought I was around about good at this position, so first missile away. But this works as a really good example of how speed and distance are both important when it comes to firing a missile. It's not just point at the target and pull the trigger. You can see the track, because I'm running target markers here, of the missile closing in on the Su-24M. Now, it doesn't pop countermeasures, but we'll follow the missile as I'm calling in for the rest of the squadron flight to engage. Pop.
Flight. Engage bandits.
Missile ran short. The aircraft's moving too fast and I wasn't close enough, so I have to close right in. I've only got one Magic left, and then I'm going to have to regain lock.
Contact bearing 117.43. Contact bearing 112.4.
Second missile away. First Su-24M has gone completely vertical and evasive. Splash. Su-24M down, check 6, and splash over my shoulder. One of my wingmen took out the second Su-24. Range to target area, about 10 nautical miles. So, with that, the mission is complete, and what a better opportunity to actually buzz the top of Dubai on our way home. Now, the flight home took significantly longer than the way here, far more economical on the way back, not riding the afterburners and just cruising back in. Total mission time was around about 40 minutes from takeoff to landing. Now, the engagement itself wasn't overly difficult, but it wasn't really designed to be. The idea of this particular mission, when I put it together, was to essentially put you on a timer. The Su-24s are loaded up with 250 kilogram bombs, and the target zone itself is only a couple of Humvees parked in the middle of the city, so they're very soft and very easy to destroy. A single pass is pretty much guaranteed to fail the mission. To top it off, the Su-25s are already airborne at the start of the mission, and they are fair hauling ass the whole way through. So you've got to be as fast as you can with your engine startup, you've got to be as quick as you can taxiing out to the runway, and then you need to make the intercept as quickly as possible, locating the aircraft as quickly as you can in advance of them making the target zone, with limited information as to their exact location, all leading to the intercept and a shoot down before they manage to make that target. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. This mission will be available on the DCS website, and I will put links in the video description down below just as soon as I get the triggers working as they are meant to. Also in the video description down below, you'll find links to my Discord, to all of my social media, and to my Patreon if you would like to help support the channel. And as always, remember to click that like button. Yeah, I think the Master Caution was actually cracking the shits with me here because I forgot to turn the master arm off and I forgot to shut down the radar before coming into landing. I think. There was nothing wrong with the landing that I could see. Anyways, remember to click that like button, share and subscribe if you would like to see more. And as always, fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.